This will be my last Battleground Mars solo GM run of the week, and then after that we'll wait for Guardian Games and the new GM for the next reset. But you've clicked on this video, and the weapon in question is Wendigo GL3. This is a unique, one-of-a-kind weapon, and no other heavy drum GL comes with this perk set. Very important. Let's do the tutorial first on how you get it right. Go to your menu. Scroll over twice to collections. Click on weapons. Click on heavy. Click on GL. Go to the original Wendigo, which comes with disorienting grenades, auto-load holster, explosive light. Pick it up for 3,000 glimmer and 8 cores. And you've literally got yourself a utility king weapon just there. The new one, or the newer Wendigo, does not come with it. You cannot focus this at Zavala. You need to pick it up from collections. Pick it up if you can. Boom. Literally, it opens up loadouts. Because disorienting grenades, right? Well, it comes on special GLs, and I know that's what you're going to be saying to me. Well, just run a special GL. Yeah, but if you run a special GL, you can't run tuners. Yeah? You can't run a fusion. You can't run it. So whilst, yes, a well-rolled ignition code or any special GL with blinding grenades is fantastic, but when you're in a solo GM, each weapon slot is that much more important for stunning champs. So the utility of tuners is that important that it has to go on for the run. Do you understand it? So we can't just go, oh, there's blinding nades. We don't need Wendigo now. No, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that, does it? So what I'm trying to tell you is Wendigo opens up loadouts because it's got blinding nades there, and it does sizable damage if explosive light is procced. However, we're not relying on it because we are going to spam it for blind. We're going to spam it for the blind. But I will say it actually does half decent damage when you've got explosive light. So that's what's so good. Now, Wendigo best complements builds that have a lot of damage in its kit. Striker Titan has a lot of damage in its kit. Literally, the special weapon nowadays in 2025 is so important of a slot now. Whereas if you're not running the right special weapon, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. That's how important special weapons are now. So like if you go boom, you can't run tuners. You see how this is just not good? But this is good because you've got tuners and you've got an exotic primary on Lemonarch in this case. And you've got blinding nades as a heavy, so you're playing as a heavy utility slot. Complements this build perfectly, especially for this GM, especially for Battleground Mars. Not a lot of people are soloing it. This will help you solo it. So now you've had your weapons. Let's talk about what we're running it with. Crest of Alvalupai, the tank build. Literally, honestly, it's so good specifically with this Titan. Artifact mods are on screen. There you go. I'm not going into it too much. Fists of Havoc, we're running for the lower cooldown, and it stuns champs. It blinds champs, and it blinds enemies. Fists of Havoc blinds enemies. So we're really, really on a blinding build here. Rally Barricade, Seismic Strike. Seismic Strike blinds as well. And Flashbang Grenade, which blinds. Flashbang is a very good utility nade. Let's see the cooldown. See, Pulse Grenade's 201. Flashbang base is 130. When I noticed that in the run, I was spamming more flashbangs because of the lower cooldown, and it stuns unstops. Now I know Fist of Havoc does as well, but you can increase your damage if you do a flashbang on an unstop first, then you super them. Do you get it? You actually get more damage that way. Yes, we can stun with Tina's, but that's a 3-shot. Sometimes we need to stun it champ instant. Tina's, whilst very good on unstops, it takes 3 shots to stun an unstop. If you've only got 2 seconds before you die, I would rather flashbang than use Tina's. Do you get it? You'll see that demonstration in the run. Aspects with Stormscape, Touch of Thunder allows flashbang to do 2 blinding flashes rather than 1. I didn't know how good that was. I wanted to see how that performed. Spark of Shock for Jolt. So flashbang will also blind and jolt. So good. Unbelievable. Spark of Shock. Spark of Resistance, Spark of Discharge, Spark of Frequency. Pairing that with, like I say, Crest of Alvalupai. Important mods to note: Void Siphon, Void Loader, Grenade Kickstart, Arc Resist, Solar Resist and Concussive Dampener, Arc Scav, procs ward is very important in this run because of the VIPs you need to kill, and double bomber because you're popping a lot of barricades. And that was literally the build information. So this was my 232nd solo GM being completed, putting us in at 26th place for overall solo GMs completed. I'm just basically merely stating that I'm qualified to talk about topics GM related. That is all I'm saying. Now we're going to speed up the footage because we're defending the tower, just because it's we're doing the mini exploit just because it speeds up the run. That's literally the reason for it. So we're just going to basically, if you want to do this, I've explained it 3 times. Explain it maybe one more time, I suppose. To cap C, just destroy the debris. Okay, C will auto cap. Do not kill one single ad. DPS the Warmonger Knight with your bolt charges plus Luminarch poison damage. Let him run away. Pop another barricade. Get rid of B, debris. Right, there we go. And you're looking for 2 Thrall. You will get 2 Thrall and 2 Acolytes. Sometimes it's 2 Thrall and 4 Acolytes. Depends, there's a bit of RNG there. Let the ads are going to go to the Warmonger Knight. Apart from the 2 ads. Let your bolt charges and let Luminar kill him. If one of the ads hides on the plate, use Tina's, because the chill clip will kill them behind the cover, behind the tower. Right, now just run to get your speed booster, and you have capped A and B, C and B. Okay, so now we're going to go to plate B, because more than likely there will be ammo there for you, so pick it up. Tina Mastery ammo is more important than usual because we're not using a fusion. That is one disadvantage to the run slightly, but I have a lot of blinding in my kit, don't I? So we get rid of the debris. We'll go straight for the VIP. Do not go for the Warmonger Knight. Forget about him. Look at the blind and utility here. We're blinding the VIP. Do not let him get to mid. Well, you can let him get to mid, but as long as you've got a super and you kill him with that super. I like to super late, because he's going to mid anyways. So now we can get more lightning strike damage on him. The aftershock damage is what I'm on about. We can kill him better. It's a bit more consistent look. Get a finisher kill as well for special ammo. Remember, with Dreadful Finisher, you get free special ammo. So you will see me absolutely stun champs when I can. Look at this. We get a stun with the flashbang. And then we're going to pop a barricade here. So we are trying to kill this unstop as soon as we can. We're isolating the unstop away from the rest of the enemies. That's exactly what we're doing. Try to get a finisher kill, but he froze, kind of thing. Alright, so now we're just going to farm super energy off the Warmonger Knight. We're not going to kill him. We're just going to farm him for super, because there is an unstop that's rogue. He's going to come in a minute, I think. The unstop is guided on the ship. The ally ship up above. That's who the unstop is focused on. Look, we got a super. There we go. Flashbang. Boom. See the stun? We got a stun before the slam. See how that's more damage? It's more damage because if you didn't have a flashbang, for example, then you would stun on your first slam. Whereas this time we're not stunning on the slam. The flashbang stuns, then we get more damage in. Do you get it? This enhances Fists of Havoc. So this allows you to, strategize a little bit better with the unstops. So yeah, blinding grenades is blind and flashbang grenade, particularly for Battleground Mars, is really good. Because remember, you got to get battery dunks. You got to defend a ghost scan. Blinding enemies whenever you can is really good in this. That's exactly why I went flashbang grenade to combine with my Wendigo. So look, we just keep farming supers and then capping the plate. Indirectly capping A. You don't need to be standing on A to cap it. I actually don't like to stand on A because the ads come to you on A. Better to stand on a roof, look. Better to stand on the Mars roof because then some of the ads aggro to you and then some of the ads are on the plate, but you just kill them with Luminarch and Tina's. Look at how easy and simple it is. Or you can even blind them before they get to the plate. What we are now, 6 minutes. We're basically done. We need super though. But we're going to get our super anyways. There we go. Oh, we haven't capped the plate enough yet, so we definitely will. But look at how the ally ship helps you. We've got a pummel. We've got a pummel bin, so we need to sort him out with a melee. We'll get a blind. Boom. Go in with the blind, but we've self-blinded ourselves. We have no idea where we're going, but we got rid of that pummel. But each time you super, you can super in mid and have the ads get off the plate. They come to your super. Some of the ads at least. The knights will especially. Knight AI, when you super, they will go off the plate and come to you. So look at this. Like, ads are blinded. There's some ads blinded to my top right. Look at this. We're blinding them to stop them from going on the plate. Look at the utility. By the way, this only gets better. Because when we're ghost scanning, yeah, Wendigo's fantastic for that bit. It really is that good for that bit. It really is. You'll see it coming up. And it's really good for the farmer boss as well. Well, exceptional for the farmer boss. So yeah, spam all your ammo. You don't need to manage ammo at this bit. Don't need to manage it. Look, you get a heavy ammo pack. That's exactly another reason why we're going Wendigo. Like, don't get me wrong. If this was not a Battleground GM, I probably wouldn't use Wendigo because there's no heavy ammo packs. So you would run out of Wendigo rather quick. So that's another reason why it's so strong for particularly Battleground Mars, is because you get ammo, you're fed it. At the farm boss, you fed it here, etc. Look, we get a stun, flashbang, boom. We're jolting them as well, don't forget that. So it's a jolt. It's going to add damage for fists. There we go. Back end of fist damage. We kill Champ. He's actually finishable, which is favourable for me because I want ammo off him. I actually want ammo off him anyways, so it's better that we done that. Look at that, 2 bricks. Right, now we're going to get a barricade down and kill our Barry Champ. Look at Tina's. So chill clip, both ball charge, basically play off each other very well. Tenacious Mastery, specifically in this GM, is really good. It really is that good on barrier champs with a Striker Titan specifically. Because a chill clip synergizing with ball charge. You melt barriers in 7-8 shots. It really is that quick. Right, look at where we're standing. Look at this. Hey, I was as confused as you. I was like, it can't be that simple, right? We just stand back here. Because there's loads of different strats for defend the ghost. And I was like, hang on a sec. Let's do the obvious thing. Let's see Paul Allen's survivability spot. He's Paul Allen's survivability spot. You just come back in the stairwell. It can't be that obvious. Well, it is. In combination with Crest of Avalupai and Blind and Nade Wendigo, we can defend the ghost scan in its entirety. Look at this. Hack progress. Now, Unstop Champ spawn at 25. We've got a super. Remember, Unstop spawns at 25, 50 and 75%. We get a super for each occasion. Look at this. We're using and strafing the cover. We'll get a stun. Then boom. Fist of Havoc, remember, does more damage on height. The higher you jump up and the higher the slam, the more damage. Look, we get a secondary stun. Boom. Unstop goes away. Now you're going to say, well, you're weak now. You've got a barrier. No. Back to Paul Allen's survivability place. Here we go, look. Now it's all Tina's. Just Tina. That is it. It's Tina Turner damage. That's all it is. And then we can blind. Boom, look at this. The night pushes. Wendigo adds survivability. We've got a Hypernova. We'll have to get rid of that Hypernova lest we will wipe. Look at how close he is. But that's fine. Bolt charges help us do that. We need a super. We're at 50%. We need a super for 50%. Boom, we get it. Bob on the exact percentage. Remember, there's an unstop and we need to kill that unstop. I think it's an unstop. Is it an unstop or is it a barrier? Yeah, it's an unstop. Try and do some passive damage before the unstop gets here. Just a little if you can, but strafe left and right like this. Using the cover, using the walls. There we go. Now we have to push because that knight pushed me. I popped super a little earlier, but look at the ball charge. That was fine. And he's finishable. That's good. Right, there we go. Unstop's dealt with. VIP. Boom. And then we go back. Straight away back. So 2 things are helping us survive here. Crest of Avalupai with ball charge. Because Crest of Avalupai HP does stack with ball charge health, people. Okay, and Wendigo's helping us survive here really well against Dark Knights and things. It's really easy. It's not too bad. I think at 70%. It's difficult now, though. This is where it's a little difficult for me because I haven't got super in time. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to have to. I'm not going to get my super for that ogre. There we go. He spawns in. I will, I suppose. But we've got knights. These melee knights, yeah, they melt the melee knights. So yeah, I'm going to back up just for this. And we get a drain bin. So it was probably the right call to back up anyways. Look at that. We get really weak. Yeah, it was the right call to actually back up. Sometimes it was written in the stars. And that time was just written in the stars to back up. That's fine, because the only thing that you need to do back here is kill that ogre. If you get rid of the ogre and maybe a drain bin if you've got one, then get rid of them back here and then super. Get rid of the VIP. Because it's a one VIP and one ultra bar ogre. Okay, but now the ogre's easy to kill. So we don't need a super on the ogre, but we need a super on the VIP. Why? Because the VIP defends the ghost scan and the ogre doesn't. So we can damage for free against the ogre. If I had been a little bit more crude about my position, I would have defended the whole ghost scan. But like I say, you know, that knight got us really weak. Those melee knights spawn on 75%, I think, and they got us really weak. Just off one shot. So now we're just doing ball charge. Now look at this. The ogre can't hit us really. We're back here. He can't really hit us too much. He'll get aggroed by my barricade a little bit. We're just doing body shot damage. It doesn't matter because we just want bolt charge to kill without him hitting us. That is the goal. Because they can melt the ogres. They definitely can. There we go. He's dead. We're on 13 minutes. Now we need to push up. I'm just going to get rid of... I'm going to damage this barrier a little bit actually. That's beneficial. But just look at how good Wendigo did in this. And I spammed it. I absolutely spammed it. I did. I spammed it when I needed it. And I've still got 14 shots. Right, so now we're going to push up. Here we go. Let's get to an advantageous position. Curse Thrall will be up. Acolytes will be up. Just blind. There we go. And we're going to super. It's an absolute worth of super for this. VIP target needs to die within that super. The knight. And then what we're going to do is go back to our location. Try and damage the knight a little bit before we exit our super. There we go, all Tinas. It's all Tinas now. We should have reloaded, that's fine, we get the reload. Now we're blind. Look at the blind, we're blinding the curse thrall and all sorts of things. That's it, we're done. Look at how easy the ghost scan is. I imagine that on a lot of Battleground GMs, Wendigo will be very powerful. Specifically for Battleground GMs because you can spam your heavy. Think, I don't know, Inverted Spire where you can get all those heavy ammo packs. You can blind your entire way through it. Even at the boss you can put a rally barricade in. There's many Battleground... Next week's a Battleground GM, is it not? Some people are saying it's Lake of Shadows. It's not. I don't know why... Why are people thinking it's Lake of Shadows next week? It's Psyop's Battleground. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is Psyop's Battleground. As far as the GM rotation that I have seen, Psyop's Battleground is next week. It's not Lake of Shadows. I don't know why people are saying it's Lake of Shadows. It's not. Because next week's a very important week because Lotus Eater will be the Void Rocket Sidearm. Remember, Rocket Sidearms in this game are pretty much the most important special weapons in the game. Tina's is now top 5 special weapon in the game. Maybe number 1 now because of what it does. In-day kindness is so important to the game. The call. All these rocket sidearms are dead important. Okay? So you need to save Nightfall Adept tokens. You need to save Zavala engrams and pop them. Pop and farm next week because Lotus Eater is going to be dead important. Now remember it's Guardian Games as well, so there'll be even more incentives to farm. There'll be a lot of incentive to farm on Tuesday. Trust it. They absolutely will do it. And Lotus Eater, whilst I'm not that impressed with its perk pool, it does have 1 or 2 good rolls. But I think they could have cooked a little bit better with the perk pool on Lotus Eater. It's not that good of perk pool. It's got Destabilize and Rouse Repulsor Brace. Absolutely fantastic. But it hasn't got a lot else that's going for it. It's only got that. But the fact that it's the only Void Rocket Sidearm in the game makes it that powerful on its own. Whether the perk pool's trash or not, it's still worth for you to get a roll on it because it's got that. It's got strategist as well, and as you should know from me, I love strategist. I think it's one of the best perks in the game now, especially on particular builds. For example, on this build, it would be really good. So yeah, not very good rolls, but the Void Rocket Sidearm will be really good. It will be good. Alright, maybe not better than Tina's, although saying that, it's a void weapon, so if you crit, it should get barrier. Oh no, it's barrier sidearm anyways. But you will proc void volatile detonations, won't you, because it's a void weapon. Therefore, more class ability energy with the volatile marksman's mod. So we're just blinding the knights. We're going to kill these barrier champs. Very simple. This is where you do it. Very easy. Pop a shield. There we go. And we're just going to kill the barrier champ from here. Really easy to do that, look. We've in one mag, we're killing a barrier champ, which is insane. Yeah, it really is that good. And also, don't manage your ammo. There's no need to manage ammo at all. No reason at all. So just spam your ammo. Because you're going to be getting your ammo anyways. There could be a possibility where you don't and you mess up the relics. You know, if you follow some rules, then you won't mess up the relics. Just 1 or 2 rules you need to follow with it, and then you're good. If you need to get a 3rd relic, you're screwed. I don't think... Well, you might just have enough time to do it, I guess. But yeah, you need to do it in 2 relics. Make sure that this is done in 2 relics. If you don't, you're going to get 2 extra champs. And no heavy pack. Which could be a little bit of a problem, because you want to go to the boss fight with max ammo, I recommend, definitely. It definitely is in your favour to be going there with ammo. Okay, relic is easy on this side because it's a literal elevator to a relic. The other side's a waste of time. There's ads on the other side, so there's no point in doing that side. Drop the relic, get some blinds, clear some of the acolytes, but don't spend too long here. There is a wizard about to spawn very soon, in a few seconds, so you've only got maybe 5-10 seconds to kill those acolytes. And then run over. I'm making it more dramatic than what it is, but it does pay you to be up here as soon as you can. Because if that wizard does aggro on you as you come up here with the relic, the wizard is going to be constantly on you. Alright? Which means you've got to kill the wizard, although you could blind them. So I guess it's not the end of the world. I could just blind them with Wendigo. Alright, rule number 1. Tap fire relic. It costs around 40 ammo per symbol. Okay, so you're going to get 2.5 done, aren't you? But there is only 10. I would say there's only a 10 ammo leeway with this, so don't mess it up. I guess it would be easy to mess it up, but just be paying attention. Tap fire that relic. Really tap fire it, like Divinity, like when you're using Div. Same thing as that. Just tap fire, save that ammo. I know I'm ahead of my ammo curve though. I'm fine. I'm well ahead because look, I've got 50. It takes 40, so I've got there's a 10 ammo. There's a 10 ammo grievance with it. Okay. Right, so now we're 20 minutes in at the final boss. The final boss is rather not too long of a run. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Just wait for the ads to despawn. And pick up our heavy ammo crate. Okay, so we're going to get ready to activate. We're going to do what we've been doing all week because it's faster. Because it's literally faster. You know, because of how unorthodox the boss is, I recommend this anyways because the boss is teleporting way more than usual this week. So yeah, I just recommend you just do this. It's pointless. Like, he could TP on you and kill you. Do you want to be killed 20 minutes randomly? Especially on a bolt charge. If you're on bolt charge build like this, just do this. Now I'm using this pillar top right of the map. I'm going top right of the map. I usually go bottom left. Top right and bottom left have pillars that you can stand on. Only those 2 corners, bottom left, top right. I'm on top right here. I'm on top right to try and aggro wizards while I kill the boss. It nearly worked, but then the wizard de-aggroed. So I had a little cunning plan, but it didn't fully work, but it nearly worked. My goal was to try and kill the wizard as I kill the boss, and it nearly worked, like I said. Whereas on bottom left, that doesn't happen. The wizard will not push. But top right, for some reason, the wizard will. So we're just doing bolt charge after bolt charge, Luminarch after Luminarch. Don't waste any heavy. Don't even need Tina's on. Don't use any of it. The boss has disappeared. Now he's back up. That's it. Now we want to make sure that we got a full stack of bolt charges once the boss is done. But there are some ads pushing like this, which I didn't mind actually, because it's actually thinning the room a little bit. That was happening a little bit. Now, when you stand on this pillar, the boss will not move. That's one thing. So as soon as you jump down, you are potential to be 1KO'd if you jump wrong. It's just a thing of don't just jump straight down, because he may kill you on a direct hit like that. But you want to strafe round the map and use the walls. That's basically what you want to do. So I was interested. I was doing some evaluating here. I'm seeing how many ads actually push me. Because in theory, if all the ads push me on that pillar, that would be great. But they don't. Only some of them do. So that was me a little bit testing. Here we go. Here's Wendigo's party trick. Top tip for this room. Use the corners of the room. Alright. Now, the bottom right, have the knight be killed. Because that means he's not there. Now, a relic will drop, but forget the relic. I'm trying to see if I can do any... I want to try and kill the barrier champ. The unstop's no problem. I never worry about the unstop. Because he can be easily manipulated. Although I'm going to kill him anyways. It was the barrier I was thinking, can I kill? We get an extra knight? Oh, no. I think he come from another side, I think. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can just stand here and DBS the barrier champ. It doesn't end up happening, I don't think. Just because the barrier won't aggro on me. But yeah, we're going to move now because there's 3 knights in that corner. We're going to use a super here. That's going to thin the room and confirm kill on unstop. We may as well. It's the barrier that I need to concentrate on. Which that's what I need to get a good angle on. So I'd seen in one over 2 videos of people dealing with the barrier knights on the towers. That's what I was trying to try out in the run. It didn't work exactly for me. The barrier just was not cooperating exactly. So I ended up just doing damage to the barrier champ in mid. But you've got to cycle and kite the boss around for that. Which I'll commentate on that when we get to it. So just look at how good Wendigo's doing for blinding on the knights. Barriers in mid still, of course. Like I say, I'm trying to test something out on the run. I may as well. This is what I've seen someone doing. You stand on the pillar like that and then damaging their champs and things from there. It is possible, I suppose, but then you've got this sort of stuff going on though. Adds to your left and right, and if you a good acolyte nade will screw you up on here. So that's kind of nice. You kill the ads to your left there. That's nice. That's what I was testing on the run, look. That's why the run took a little, maybe 3-4 minutes longer, because I was doing a little AI tests, I would call them. But it turned out to be not worth it. For the barrier, what I'm going to do is go to mid stairs, which is totally safe. But you need to have kited the boss away. So the boss has been de-aggroed. Look, the boss isn't nowhere to be seen at the minute. So now's our opportunity. I would say we've got 20 seconds of damage where we can safely do damage here till we have to move. Which is more than enough time for us to DPS our barrier mid. Look, see where the boss is about to come. So you can see how much time that you would have in mid. That's actually totally safe, what I just did there. It really is. It's not too bad at all. Right. The room has been thinned. Now we just need to start strategizing when we're going to dunk these batteries. Now what would have sped it up definitely is me duplicating the relics, which I've done it a few times, but the timing's tight on the duplication of relics. And I think me duplicating relics on a run isn't the way to go, because then the viewer's going to get stressed about that, and they're going to think that they need to also dupe the relic. What you need to understand is there's a lot of people that watch my videos that really do take some things I say as gospel and really will take things to heart and literally. as in copying, emulating the run. There's some people that absolutely definitely will. So, you know, if I say, oh, I'm duplicating relics, they're going to get stressed because they think they need to duplicate the relics. And it's actually quite a tough timing to do it. So, even though I know how to duplicate the relics, I decided not to on any of the runs. You know, I just decided not to. Because look at this. Look at this, though. We're controlling mid. Okay. There's a few ads in mid, though. And there's a wizard, so we're going to use super now. You may as well, especially when wizard is the threat now, because knights are not a threat anymore like they were on my previous runs. I mean, they were a bit of a threat, but now they're not a threat at all, really, with Wendigo. Basically, look at how much ammo we got for it, and we've been using it quite a bit as well. We must have been getting some heavy ammo packs along the way, but that's what's so good about it. You can blind mid, so if you need to get a battery dunk, you blind with Wendigo or your flashbang like so, and then you dunk. So it's totally safe. It's actually pretty good. It's not totally safe, but it's safer than what usually would be deemed as safe. The boss being in middle like that is not good. So what I need to do is stop playing in mid so much. And we need to, you know, sort of back up and get the relic and kite the boss around the room. Like this, we get a knight to push there. I'm sort of lazy with my movement. Boom! I get a Wendigo blind. Look at how good that is. If I'd optimized this a lot better, I'd have been a little bit more efficient at getting my relic dunks. But yeah, in practice, in theory, on paper, this is really good. Yeah, machine guns really good in Battleground GMs, and machine guns are king in Battleground GMs. They really are. Just because of the amount of utility. See, the thing about a machine gun is that it can do ad clear and kill champs. Like solo one cycle champs. Do we understand the power of machine guns? They literally probably are the best heavy weapon choice for any solo GM ever. They're the most versatile weapon in the game, is machine gun. And that would put Thunderlord at the king, wouldn't it? You know, the only thing about Thunderlord is that it's an overload weapon and there's no overloads in this. So it's not as, you know, you may as well just use a legendary LMG. You may as well use the Arc one or the Void one. Obviously, if you use Retrofit, it does extra damage. If you do Corrective Measure, it does as well because the Void volatile detonations off Marksman. Look at this. We pushed that wizard off the map. I told you I knew what I was talking about when it comes to GMs. So this 230-second solo GM clear is proving itself. If you can't beat a wizard, push him off. Real simple. We're getting weak-ish here. Concussive dampener AoE resistance is saving our life though with good movement. We will use Seismic Strike as well as another movement tool if we need to. There we go. Super mid. It's absolutely worth the super when you need to on wizard. Which chances are you have your super back for that phase. I mean, look at how much time I probably would have saved on the run if I dupe orbs. If I dupe this last orb now, I'm done. But like I said, like I've just give you the reasons. I don't think there's any point me dupe the orb because then it stresses out the viewer. What you need to understand is that the viewer's discretion and feelings goes into the video. As in, I need to think a little bit about the viewer a little bit on, well, what's good to them and what's not good to them. You know, because if we raise the skill ceiling too high with some things, it ends up becoming, I don't know what word to use for it. It ends up being nonsensical, the video. As in, the solo is only for me then, and there's no point for other people to watch it. Or just other people or other people who do this stuff need to watch it. That's it. Or average viewers wouldn't, you know. It ends up becoming where you're trying to do a video to help people, but you're going around things too hard. Like saying, oh, do a Battleground Mars that's not a cheese. Well, that's putting the viewer at a disadvantage already straight away. Because the chances of them doing this are already low. So you're going to make it even lower by saying don't do a cheese. You may as well just do it. It's Battleground Mars. Like, There's no absolute pride in it, quick, because Battleground Mars is going away. Next week, Battleground Mars, you'll have forgotten about it. So what does it matter? Doesn't really matter, does it? If you know that you can handle this run without cheese, which I know that I can, then you're good. All it does is speed up the run a little bit. That's all it does when you're doing DPS against the boss. So that's what I'm saying about the cheese versus no cheese runs. I mean, Battleground Mars, I do like it, but it's starting to wane on me a little bit. I was enjoying it at the start of reset, but once you've replayed it multiple times, it does get a little annoying. You know, the battery dunks is not a good mechanic. I think it's spammed far too much in Battleground. Alright, why is every Battleground GM dunk relics? Why isn't it like get them solar relics and take the boss's shield down with the solar relics? Imagine that. That's actually sounding good. Imagine the knight drops a relic, a solar relic, and you shoot the boss with the relic. And you need like 5 relics to take the boss's shield down. Look, I've just invented and showed you how to make this boss fight a lot better than what it is. Although the boss environment is very well designed, the mechanics aren't. They're a little one-dimensional with the stupid battery dunks. Because then your build has to incorporate the battery dunk thing, which this build does. But invisibility builds have more power on this GM because you can go invis and get the battery right away. You could dunk 5 batteries in a minute easily on an invis build. And that's because of the one-dimensional mechanic. Whereas if it was the solar relics, yeah, to take down my shield, that's miles better. But it isn't like that. So yeah, that's us wrapping up this solo GM. Just doing DPS on this pillar. Like I say, it does speed up damage. You can see that. And it makes sense to do it because we're on a bulk charge build. Now, if I was on Prismatic Titan, well then no. You play in mid. You pop your Transcendences on the boss and you do all that. Absolutely. That was a run on this with Wendigo GL3. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.